word down, not a single word. He hissed and they obeyed like a faithful puppy. He was terrified at him at that time, even when he had never been harsh with him. I have tried talking to you for so long, but you just wouldn't cooperate. He clenched his jaw. I need to tell you the reason that why I left. His eyes softened and they started filling with his hold. They didn't want to know. Stop! He rose his voice and few nods once again. You have to listen to me, Tae, because you're in a huge mess. He snapped. He was angry at Tae was being childish. Why do you think Jungkook got attacked at that night, huh? With the rock directly hit his head and opened it. The heartbeat increased, but this time it was another reason. Jungkook wasn't even there when it happened. So, how the hell did he know about it? Was there really someone after him? What if that someone tried to hurt Jungkook? Once again, if the incident before wasn't an accident, we can discuss it over lunch tomorrow at your home. If you don't know, he removed his hand for their mouth when he was cutting that he won't freaking out and create a scene without Jungkook. The night passed by in a blur. There was in his dilemma, even when his mind was screaming him to go and tell Jungkook that he didn't care why he left there, that he was perfectly fine and happy with Jungkook. But that was the case. He was worried about Jungkook. That's why he bothered thinking about it. They was so, why was he even considered it? They should just ignore Jungkook and just like he had done to their wedding day. They were sick and exhausted, with their facial tangled, or even going in his life. As he sat there with the family, chattering away happily, they noticed that Jungkook's mood was not very cheery, not as he saying other the politic smile and light chuckle of other jets. They know something must be between him and Sophia to cause such a fall down in his mood. The party was over, guests had left the place, and only his family were there and talking in their mansion. The drive back to the hotel and Taeyoung's house had been quiet, but thank God he didn't have to face any awkward for in him or their home. Now he was speaking through his lashes. He seemed tense and looked at him. It would be anyway, but they didn't like that Jungkook wanted to leave so early. He just wanted to spend some time with his newly hatched couple. But he had to save with their bloody mood, and then it better than just leave. He was feeling an urge to ask why. He didn't comfort him about his small talk with Sophia and didn't want to fight over something. But if he kept doing this, he might throw a punch or two. Clenching his hand by his side, they faced his brother and started talking to him. He seems to be in a good mood, and they had no desire to abuse his husband's full mood. His eyes were slowly went toward the clock. We must leave now. It's late. And I'm sure they has university tomorrow. Great. Throw her under the bus now. He set himself and rolled his eyes and smiled at him once he was a feet away. Of course, I'm tired anyway. They faced his mother and smiled kindly. His mother nodded and stood up for his seat. Yeah, you should rest. We don't want you to get ill now. She pulled Tae in his arms and kissed both of his cheeks. Next, his father gave a short smile and sighed hug him. Lastly, they kissed his brother's cheeks. Good night, he waving his finger with his family, and turned and walked out with Jungkook. They signed and walked out to the parking while yawned. You look tired. Yeah, I am, kinda. It was 2 in the morning after all. As he sat in the passenger seat and car rotated his life, he couldn't help but once again thinking about what happened in the party, what Jungkook going to tell him, what he talked about with Sophia. They didn't want to be clingy and nagging, but he really wanted to ask. So he chose the safe word to voice his thought. Was Sophia alright? Jungkook didn't answer for quite some time, making them want to cry in frustration. Why won't he just tell him? Was he jealous? He finally admitted that But a jealous Tae was completely different Tae. Yes, that's it. They ground his teeth and huffed through his nose. Jungle, you're going to tell me what happened between you two, or you're going to keep this extremely annoying? They sharply assured, as he was ill of this now and just wanted to remove these things between them. I didn't mean to be annoyed. His voice was soft, but that hard tone didn't got noticed by him. It's not my place to gossip about her personal matter with you or anyone. Was he being serious right now? I'm not looking for gossip. As you so politely put it, they turned his head to him. I was just curious as why my husband would go to another woman, not specifically the woman he didn't like a week ago. Why he couldn't see the tear in his eyes. They snipped, and he was put in like that. He sounded very jealous, because he was. Jungkook rolled his bottom lip inside his mouth and they definitely showed that. He saw a thick on his cheeks and humor in his eyes. He was laughing at him. But he wasn't in the mood to make a joke. What a fool. They wanted to know. Why they? He let go of his lips and curved one side of his lips outward. He looked at him for a second. You should very jealous. He saw an amusement was very clearly visible in his blue eyes. They felt he'd rise up in his cheeks due to an increase of anger. He was being impossible. Of course I am jealous, they admitted, with a frustrated voice across his arm over his chest. You're not telling me anything, and I don't like her. I don't. They glared at him. You don't like her. Precious. I just can't tell you what it was. Please understand. Oh wow. Now he is having a secret with a woman who wants him by all herself. Great. Am I supposed to be happy with it? They swallow. They don't yell. Don't fight, they. You can't be. You don't have to be. Everything is not about happiness. He answered in a bold tone. Fine. They won't tell him about Jungkook now. If he want to keep secret, then he would too. It was none of his business anyway. Wow. I'm very surprised. They let out a dry chuckle. He could let explain him. I'm not having an affair with her. That's it. Why you think? His tone was hard. You have no idea what I think. Just drop the matter. They just didn't want to talk about this subject. The car was stopped in front of his gate, and the gate was opened by the guard. They was each to get out of the car and sleep in his room. Then why? Why are you so upset about it? All the reasons of my distress doesn't revolve around you cheating on me. It was just a simple question, and just had to forget it. They signed. Then why are you being like this? He pleaded, stopped the car in the parking area, beside the fountain. This is none of your business, I guess. They snapped, on the very edge of bursting. Was he really dumb, or he was just pretending it? He knew very well they was upset, and he still asked him if he had no clue what he was upset about. Jungkook just straight in anger, and he glared at Tae and locked the car. When they was about to get out. Now what? They turned around and snapped at him. You will not get out of the car until you tell me the reason of your bizarre behavior, he said, clenching the weight tightly in his fist. Bizarre behavior? Wow. Just great. The night was getting better and better with time.